My husband only married me for a family alliance, but his heart was always with his first love. To please her, he even threw her a grand wedding. He forced me to play the wedding march at their ceremony. When I hit a single wrong note, he stood by as she drove steel needles through my fingers. Weren't you so proud of being a pianist? Then I'll take that away from you. This is my revenge for forcing me into this marriage. Later I got pregnant. However, Yaron Hayes, my husband, left for an extravagant trip abroad with Ellie Jensen. When he finally returned and saw my swollen belly, he immediately assumed I had cheated. He locked me in a closet, forcing me to endure a brutal childbirth alone, one that cost me my life. Yet when I opened my eyes again, I was back on the day the Hayes family arranged our marriage. This time, I let go of my foolish devotion. I booked a flight to study abroad in half a month. The sky is vast and birds are meant to be free. It's time for me to follow my own path. Megan, did you and Yaron have a fight? He's always been stubborn. One of these days, I'll have to teach him a lesson. Mrs. Hayes's expression shifted from shock to urgency at my words. I simply shook my head. That won't be necessary. I spent my whole life chasing after Yaron, but in the end, I couldn't change the fact that he doesn't love me. The sky is vast and birds are meant to be free. It's time for me to follow my own path. Mrs. Hayes studied me for a long moment, her brows furrowed. Seeing how resolute I was, she could only sigh helplessly, though her displeasure was clear. Yaron has been spoiled since he was a child. If it weren't for you donating your kidney to save him back then, he might not even be alive today. You never let me tell him the truth, and in the end, it was you who suffered. 8 years ago, when Yaron had just turned 18, he got into a street race with his friends and crashed. His kidney ruptured, leaving him on the brink of death. As if fate had planned it, my kidney was a perfect match. I didn't hesitate for a second. I gave him my kidney and saved his life. Mrs. Hayes swore then that the Hayes family would forever see me as their benefactor, that whatever I wanted, they would grant it. However, I had refused to let them tell Yaron the truth. I was naive back then. I didn't want him to be with me out of gratitude. I wanted him to love me, truly and wholeheartedly. In my past life, I clung desperately to that foolish hope, only to have it crushed. In the end, my life-saving deed earned me nothing but a ridiculous marriage with Yaron. Memories rushed back. The sharp sting of steel needles piercing my fingers, the suffocating darkness of the closet, the agony of bleeding out alone. A shiver ran down my spine. This time, I wouldn't make the same mistake. I forced a faint smile and met Mrs. Hayes's gaze. I did it willingly. There's no need to bring it up again. And please don't tell Yaron what I said today. I don't want him thinking I'm playing hard to get. As I stepped out of the Hayes family's mansion, I slid into my car and immediately opened my phone, booking a one-way flight to the United States in 2 weeks. In my past life, I gave up my dream of becoming a pianist just to stay by Yaron's side. Now, I saw how ridiculous that decision had been. Fate had shown me mercy, granting me a second chance. This time, I would live for myself no matter what it took. Just as I was about to start the engine, my phone rang sharply. I glanced at the screen. It was Yaron. In my past life, this was the moment he found out about our arranged marriage. Hot-tempered as always, he had flown into a rage. To humiliate me, he deliberately brought his ex-girlfriend, Ellie Jensen, back into his life even though they had broken up years before. Back then, I had been so desperate to marry him that I turned a blind eye to it all. That choice led to every disaster that followed. This time I didn't hesitate. I declined the call. The phone rang again, and again, more than 10 times. Finally, I took a deep breath and answered. Loud music blasted through the receiver, followed by a soft saccharine voice. Megan Stone, Yaron is drunk and wants to see you. You have 10 minutes to get to Silver Haven. Don't come crying to me if he blows up.